So talk about a Disney epic fail, misreading the room totally. I mean, it is absolutely glorious. So for the last few weeks, I've been hearing noise behind the scenes, and it's only been getting louder. Apparently Disney, they were wanting to go further than rebranding Pirates of the Caribbean, restarting it. They were also thinking about taking Captain Jack out totally. When I say that, I'm not talking about just the movies. I'm talking about any type of branding, period. That would mean shirts, merchandise, and of course, when you go to those Disney parks, removing the man too. Now, I'm not sure what exactly prompted InsideTheMagic.net to do this article. Maybe they heard all of this. Maybe they just decided to do this on their own. But for whatever reason, they asked this question. Should Disney parks remove Depp from Pirates? Guests speak out. And what those guests had to say tells me that the big brains behind Disney, they didn't really think this stuff out too far. Good job there, Disney. Good job indeed. So hey there, to all you fine folks, by the way, and apologies, my voice is a little raspy. It's that time of year here. Hopefully this will be gone in a couple of days. Now, as a backdrop to this article, really giving you an idea just how off base Disney, Warner Brothers, and other companies have been, and how other things work into these decisions besides support alone, I want to show you a Change.org petition. Now, we're looking at this Change.org petition. I want you to keep one thing in mind. This is one of many Change.org petitions out there. Many of them have over 100,000 signatures. One has almost 2 million signatures. And this one, the reason I'm bringing it up, it already surpassed 500,000 signatures, and it just keeps growing. This one specifically relates to the subject that we're talking about too, titled, "We Want JD Back as Captain Jack Sparrow." Now, despite the fact that over 500,000 people sounded off on that petition alone, and despite the fact that we already know why people show up for that franchise, Disney behind the scenes, they've been plotting, and they've been plotting big time. Like I said, they've been wanting to erase this guy. You can already see evidence in the reboot of the movie, but like I said before that comes up, they want to reboot further. They want to take him out of the brand. That's why articles like this, they really speak to the power of that guy and how that's going to be a bad idea. Now, as far as this article goes, they're talking about the animatronics that you see in front of you. They're talking about whether or not that should be removed. Now, remember, these animatronics, they have been around since Pirates of the Caribbean's inception. They have always been part of that attraction, but recently, like I said, there's a lot of noise behind the scenes saying that they should go, because if we're going to reboot, we need to reboot all the way. Oh man, all of those billions of dollars that guy brought us, we're just going to pretend that never happened. Now, I'm not going to read you the entirety of this article either. I'm sure you're familiar with the backdrop of this situation. If you aren't, I have plenty of videos surrounding it, including Disney and some of their moves. But this thing, like I said, it's pretty insidious, considering, number one, they went out unceremoniously, wiped this guy out. They decided, number two, to put in a reboot. And now, like I said, they're talking about erasing the guy. Quote, "We decided to poll our Instagram audience to see how they felt about JD staying in Pirates of the Caribbean attraction at Disney parks, given the recent news surrounding JD and the fact that he will not be part of the upcoming Pirates of the Caribbean films." Now, after speculating a minute, that's what this is. These aren't answers. This is speculation. That's why I'm jumping over it. They say, well, after polling the audience, we found that a good majority of Inside the Magic followers want to see JD stay as Jack Sparrow within the Disney parks attraction. There were a handful of people that felt it's time for a revamp, but overall, the results really were overwhelming towards keeping him in the attraction. Now, while looking at these numbers here, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about what Disney has done in association with the mainstream media. We've had them not only go out and unceremoniously pull this movie out from JD, but also they've talked about the brand. They've said that the brand is it. They said it didn't include enough diversity. They also said that, well, you know what would make it better? The new captain, they need to have a relationship with a female there. That's going to make the rebranding complete. Despite them thinking that that's what people want. And again, I don't have a problem if you want that in a movie, but saying that Pirates, they didn't have anything diverse, that's an out and out lie, just like so many other things. And yeah, people aren't buying it. 680 pro 87 con. That's about a 12.87% con ratio. And this is not a JD-centric platform. Now, along with those polling results, they add in comments too. And the one thing that I like about comments like this is they add in the one thing that Disney should be worried about. They should worry about the money. Where exactly is the money? Well, if you don't bring JD back, it's going to stay in a lot of people's pockets. Quote, JD is hands down one of my favorite actors of all time. The flair and charisma that he brings to the character Jack Sparrow is unique to JD's ability as a great actor. It's not something that can be replicated or replaced so easily. No matter what's going on behind the scenes in JD's life, he is an icon for Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, and removing him from it will only hurt the franchise. I don't even want to imagine a world where Jack Sparrow is played by anyone else. It's almost criminal, and I, for one, will not spend my money on anything Pirates of the Caribbean that does not include JD. I'm honestly appalled that Disney would even consider this, much less entertain the idea of a Pirates franchise without JD. I don't see how this could possibly end well for Disney, as I'm sure most people won't be interested in seeing a film without JD. Shame on you, Disney. Shame on you. Shame on you, Disney, indeed. Here's another one. Seriously, Pirates of the Caribbean movie without Jack Sparrow? That's like Indiana Jones without Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, James Bond movies without James Bond, Harry Potter movies without Harry Potter. Don't lose this great character. And no other character will pull off the quote-unquote lead. No one can play Jack Sparrow except JD. Yes, exactly. That's straight on. Shame on you, Disney. Like the other person said, shame on you indeed. Now, from what I'm hearing behind the scenes, Disney is going to try to spin this thing, not as the removal of Captain Jack Sparrow or the removal of JD. They're going to spin it as rebranding, because if they spun it the other way, people would start saying, you're not standing with somebody that experienced DV. Now, that idea, though, going with a quote-unquote rebrand, it only goes so far. I mean, after all, they're not talking about erasing characters like Barbossa in that. Oh, no, if they took away from all of that with their rides, you know what would happen? People would start talking. They would understand what this is. And also, the rebrand itself, the reboot, it would have to stand on its own. And you know how that's going to work out. See, despite all of the buzzwords they've been shopping around, telling you it's not diverse and on, they know that Pirates of the Caribbean has been a cash cow. The thing is, they think it's because of them. They think that they made that money. No, they didn't make that money. Captain Jack Sparrow did. Anyone being honest with themselves would understand that, but they think they can do it alone. I say they should go out, they should remove those animatronics. They should cause a larger conversation, because I, for one, would love to stand out here and say that Disney, they don't stand with people that have had to experience DV. They stand with the other side of that equation. In fact, if you look at court documents, they tried to bury JD, but yeah, that's another video. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. I love seeing Disney's plans backfire too, but let me know what you think. And as always, appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff possible. Want to help the channel out? There are links in the description, but you being here, that matters. So thank you. I appreciate you, and we will see you soon.